Hey everyone, Vicky Downey here. Wanted to show you how to have an event and put it on the Neora website so other brand partners can also come. But in the process, Neora then makes it available to all brand partners in your area, but then sends you free samples for you to have at your sip and samples. Okay, so let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen and show you guys where to go. So you actually go to a site called Eventbrite. Okay. So I have created an account for myself. You want to go to Eventbrite first and make your sip and sample available because it's going to give you a link that then you're going to put on the Neora website so that other brand partners, if they would like to come, will come. This is the only way that they will send free samples to you. If you just create an event in the back office, Neora is not going to mail you free samples. You can do that all day long, all day, right? But the point is, they want us to grow the company. And so you have to be willing that there could be people that are not on your team, that are other brand partners, that have friends that live near you that would possibly come to your party. And honestly, if they do, it's great. So, but to do that, you have to have a public sip and sample. So you've got to create an Eventbrite first. So if you come here, and I'm going to try to go to the front page of Eventbrite. Actually, I'm going to log out because I've already logged in. So I'm going to pretend I'm a new person and I'm coming to the Eventbrite page. It looks something like this. So it's eventbrite.com. You're going to go ahead and maybe it's going to know your Gmail. It's probably will recognize it. You can also log in under your Facebook account. Okay. You would go down here to create your account, but because I've already created an account, I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. So I'm going to log in. This is the same for you. If you're creating an account, you're going to put all your information and then it's going to log you in. Okay. Now I've done other sip and samples. So this is for me, it's remembering my last sip and sample. So I can actually copy a past sip and sample and just repost it with the new address and the new name and all of that. But for showing you guys, I'm going to click the home button and go just to the front of my screen. Most likely, this is what you're seeing when you log in, something like this. And so up here in the upper right, you're going to click create and you're going to choose an event. I gave you choices of event or collection. Just choose event. The first thing is that it wants your picture and an event title. So I'm clicking on event title first because you kind of need to go in order. Just follow along in order on the page. So you might name it Cynthia's Neora launch party, right? Or just sip and sample, whatever you would like it to be. Then you put in 140 words or less, join me as I launch my new business with Neora. You will get to experience this is just an example, our incredibly clean products that deliver results you've never seen, whatever you want to say. I'm going to leave it kind of blank. You can ask your sponsor on what they typically put in that location. Before we move on to the next step, I've learned from experience, you kind of want to add a photo. Now, I've saved some photos on my computer already. You might ask your sponsor, hey, what good photo should I put? A lot of times they say, pick one that's fun, right? So this is one we did during the summer. So I'm going to click save. So we use this one a lot in the summer, but you could find one that's just a bunch of people partying too. You can actually use AI and just type in party and change it. In fact, let's try that. Let's see. Pro tip for avoiding samples. Like here, they're showing how much fun, right, it is when you show people having a good time. If you want to have a spa party, maybe you're going to put something more Zen-like and so on, right? So So anyway, I'm going to go back and make sure that, because it won't go on unless you add a picture of some sort. So sip and sample, I'm going to go ahead and add that same cover photo that I talked about before. Just trying to do this quickly for you guys so we're not on here for 20 minutes. Then it's got Cynthia's launch party. It's got the short intro. It's going to be a single event, right? If you want to do a recurring event, you can. There, you're just going to follow along. Just it's kind of common sense, right? You're going to pick the date. I'm putting December 1st. Actually, I like 10 to 12. We typically do just 2 hours. You're going to pick your time zone. I happen to be in Central Time right now. You're going to pick your location. This happens to be my address. You are going to need the city and state for it to get everything correctly. And then the overview, you can include in things like the venue information and all of that, but I'm not going to click any more of that. You really don't need a lot. If you feel like you need to tell them some parking info, like they need to park on the street or please carpool, there's not much parking, you can add all those things. But I'm going to click save and continue to do this quickly for you. There's all kinds of things you can do, but really the main thing, you're not necessarily going to have a lot of people go to Eventbrite because you're going to tell them about the party and you're going to text them and call them. But this is going to give you a link that you're going to post on the Neora page that, yes, does have the proper address of the location and all of that. But it's just the link that you need. It's just the link you need in order to get the samples. Okay. So this is the part where you need to add your tickets. So I just clicked plus tickets. Now, add ticket section. So here, let's make it free. If you see over here to the right, we're not going to have them pay. There might be a case where you're doing it at a restaurant and you're all chipping in for food that you would maybe charge $10 a person or something like that. But we're going to make most of these free, general admission. And sometimes I change it to say just guest, right? Because we want lots of guests. And then I even created one that's a guest includes free fun samples, right? In order to keep this free on Eventbrite, if you have 20 spots for people or less, Eventbrite won't charge you for creating the site. I've learned that if you do more than 20, it's going to try to charge you. So keep it less. Double check the date. The sale starts like right now. Today's the 12th. Yeah, so the sale starts at midnight now, and it ends the day of the party. Okay, it kind of defaults to that. So I clicked save. Now I've got it. My event capacity is 20 people. I'm going to click next. Everything's looking good. And again, all you really want to do this for is to get that link. So there it is. Ta-da, your event is almost ready to publish. You could preview it over here if you want to. Click on that preview button to make sure you like how it looks. And there it is. So if people do go here, that's how it's going to look. You can change this at a later date. You see what people are going to see, reserve your spot. That's how they would RSVP. So I want to get out of that. So I know I need to just go back here, change the tabs. So, okay, now it looks really good, right? I didn't need to fix anything. I'm going to click publish now. And that's how you get the link. Once you click publish now, that's going to give you the link. And I made this video so you guys can watch this over and over again, or as you're doing your Eventbrite, you can pause me, have me open in a window playing, and you can pause and do the section and then play and do the next section. So here you go. So now it is published, and you're going to go ahead and click share, because that is going to give you the link. There's the link, copy link. Hopefully you guys can see that. You click copy link, so it saved it on your clipboard, okay, on your computer. And I recommend doing this on a computer. It is so hard to do if you are on a phone. Okay, I'm opening a new tab. Oh, no, I don't need to do that. I already had the back office open. I'm in our teaching and training site, Minnie Mouse, if you see that there. So now you've done that first step. You've created the Eventbrite, you've got the link. Now you're going to go to events right here, this event tab. You're going to go to the events calendar. So you hover your mouse and click on events calendar. And now you see all the events that are going on, right? Throughout the company, throughout the United States and Canada, Mexico, all the places. By the way, when you're looking for events, you choose the country. So let's just say, for example, we want to see what events are going on in Mexico. So you would click choose Mexico and refresh. And I think it did pop up for Mexico. And so now look at that. You're seeing all the events, sip and samples and regional watch parties and all the things for Mexico. So this is a good tip for you guys to know for different areas of the world. If you know people in Australia, if you know people in Canada, same thing. But let's just go ahead and choose the United States again. Oops, United States, and refresh. All right, so now need to move my picture. You're going to see over here in the upper right, new event. You're going to go ahead and click new event. And again, you just use common sense with everything. Okay, I think, where do I go? Oh, shoot, Vicky said go to events. Okay, okay, there it is. That makes sense. And then when you get to the events, make sure you're in the right country. Choose, what do I need to do? I need to create a new event. So I've created a new event here. You're going to choose the country. So we're doing this for the United States, but hey, if there's a time you're in another country, you can do that too. So you're chosen the country, you're going to say, you always want to say what city first, because if you just say sip and sample, it posts it as sip and sample, and maybe you say the city later, but as people are scrolling, trying to find your event, it's really hard for them because they're seeing all these sip and samples and they don't know what city. So I teach our team to go ahead and say, like ours was Corona hyphen sip and sample, right? So that's what I would do. Make sure you put the city first. And sometimes I even do the state. You really probably should do the state because people are looking at this from all over the world, all over the US. So then you go to the right event type, in-home training, market party, power training. No. It's a sip and sample showcase. I don't know what the and amp is. It doesn't matter. That's sip and sample showcase. So it's going to be categorized well for people when they're searching for sip and samples. You're going to pick your time zone. So obviously we know in California, it's Pacific time. And here's the registration link that you need. So because I already did put it to my clipboard, I've got it saved. Okay. But you could, if you didn't save it, you could go back to your Eventbrite and click the share button and choose copy. But because we did that already, I've got it. So now I'm going to paste it right there. Boom. That's all you need, guys. Now you're going to say, maybe you're doing this and Spanish is going to be spoken instead of just English at that party. So you get to choose, and it'll tell people that. How many non-brand partners will be attending? Now, remember, we chose 20 on that previous one, but maybe you're expecting 20, or maybe you're expecting 15. Be truthful on what you think the amount of people it's going to be. Okay, so they sometimes send the amount of samples for the amount of people you put, but I also just reread that they're just sending a certain amount of eye patches, a certain one eye serum. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get more product by putting more guests. So just be honest. Now, if you have a national marketing director or a special guest coming, that would go here. So for example, if I was coming, I am a national marketing director, you would want to put that. Anytime you have a higher ranking leader, it is nice to tell people. National marketing director, can't talk and do this at the same time. And then, sorry, I need to go over to the left and put the date. Remember, we chose December 1st. So I'm going to click December, then 1. Again, all common sense. Now we had picked 10 a.m. So I'm going to find 10 a.m. and the end date is also going to be December. It's still going to be the 1st. It's not going to be over 2 days. We're going to pick noon as not 12 a.m. See, it knows that something's wrong there. 12 p.m., so noon. Then the contact. Now, this is the important part. The event host contact is who you want the samples to go to. So if you're doing this for another brand partner, if say you're the sponsor of somebody having a party and they don't know how to do the Eventbrite and this event calendar event yet, and you're doing it for them. I've done it many, many times. You're going to put the name of the brand partner, because that's where they're going to go in the back office. They're going to find the name of the brand partner. They're going to find their address and mail the samples to them. Okay. It never goes to the location. I know that's been a question. Never goes to the location of the sip and sample, always to the event contact you put here. So let's just use Betty Fox, for example. Betty Fox, and I don't remember Betty's. Sorry, Betty. I'm just putting in a number off the top of my head, but you would look up her number. You would put host as the role. You could also put presenter, right? If you didn't have a special guest, Betty Fox could be the presenter. If you're the new brand partner, you would put host. And Betty's email, I do know this by heart. Boom. So, and make sure to click. I did that fast, but did you see how I put their information and then I clicked add a contact. A lot of people make mistakes and don't click add a contact underneath, and then it added her here. So they forget to do that, and they won't send you the samples. You'll get an error message. It'll keep saying add a contact, and you'll see that it typed out, but because you didn't click the green add a contact, it won't do it. If you want two contacts, you could put another person here and add them. You could have multiple contacts. It's only going to ship the samples, though, to the first contact. Okay. Then you're going to put something like sip and sample, I'm just typing. I'm not going to worry about title. Sip and sample, all brand, and you might put all brand partners welcome. But what I do like to say, I put kind of an asterisk and say brand partners attending and bringing a guest. I always say it's customary. Please bring an appetizer or beverage to share, right? Because that's not fair for your brand partner that's putting this on and supplying the food and all of that. And if other brand partners come from the company, they need to know they need to help out, right? It's nice that you're doing the sip and sample. You've got a guest coming sometimes not, but they all need to bring something. So make sure to put that in the body of this because the brand partners will see it. Then venue, again, you're going to put that, maybe you're going to put Cynthia's house, Cynthia's home, right? And if you're doing it at a restaurant, you'd put the restaurant name. So you guys are all getting this, and you're going to actually put the physical address there. You're going to click save. I'm not going to click save because it's going to put it in the back office. Or maybe I should. Let me go ahead and click save because I do want to show you, and then I'll ask them to remove it. Okay. So you did save. Oh, good. Okay. So I put save. And then it goes to the calendar. So it's ready to go. Neora's back office, the corporate office is now going to go and see it. And they are going to, like, for example, here they gave it, that's mine. That was me posting. Okay. So see the red exclamation point? That's what yours is going to look like too. In your back office, it's going to show you the sip and sample you just put in. But until they approve it, which only usually takes 24 hours, it's going to have basically an error message, kind of. That's what that exclamation is. Now, when other people log in right now that are not you, they won't see that. They don't see it at all. But at least you know it's there. It's just waiting to be approved, and you're all set to go. So I hope that helps you guys. I tried to keep it short. I hope you can rewind. If you have any questions, reach out to your upline or me, and we're happy to answer. But happy sip and sampling, and let's go.